again participate in the prestigious Viareggio Youth Tournament in March this year. Viareggio, without doubt, is the most prestigious youth club tournament in the world. The tournament in 2025 will be the 75th edition, which is the longest held club team competition ever in football history. The tournament has produced world-class players as Francesco Totti, Andrea Pirlo, Alessandro Del Piero, Roberto Baggio, Edison Cavani and Philip Lahm. Before the tournament proper, the squad will do its preparation at the home of AC Milan Youth Sector. APIA versus AC Milan was born earlier this year to give APIA players the chance to train in world-class facilities amongst the coaching staff of one of the biggest clubs in the world. The 2025 squad will be the first to experience this relationship between the two clubs, and may it continue into the future where the women's program will join the men's in participating in this incredible experience. Congratulations and good luck to the following players who will leave for Italy in a little under 3 weeks. And the squad consists of Ryan DiBona, Nathaniel Giles, PJ Dominello, Xavier Secondo, Ethan Di Giacomo, Antonio Imbro, Aidan Conway, Gary Bassam-Manjang, Dylan Cotter, Max Cord, Liam Ippolito, Tiano Matumani, Benjamin Souza, Zach Baliban, Sebastian Jolly, Orlando Falchetta, Christian Malzurowski, Zane Wilkinson, Marco Capuano. And of course, a big round of applause for the coach, Alistair Bruce. Everyone put your hands together for the team of Viareggio 2025. Of course, I miss Jacob Boutros.
Check. Okay, I'm happy.
match between APIA Leichhardt and Spirit FC. This game should be an absolute belter. A big shout out to all our valued sponsors, of course. Many of them have been with us over the years. We've got the Holman Barnes Group, which are West Ashfield, Vanilla, which are a cheese company based in Marrickville. We've got Desane Properties, Wahlburgers, of course, Nick Rizzo Academy, ICM Property Services, Frog Online, and Emerson Lewis Lawyers. Now for the lineups, we'll start with the away team, New South Wales Spirit FC. We've got number 1, Christopher Marks. Number 4, Brady Smith. Number 5, Jordan Perez. Number 6, Corey Kavanagh. Number 7, Frankie Lukovic. Number 9, Yu Okubo. Number 10, Michael Constantinople. Number 13, Simon Nicholas. Number 15, Jamie Kinisevsky. Number 19, Zane Alawalia. And number 22, Takumi Ofuka. On the bench for Spirit, number 2, Anthony Eunice. Number 8, Grant Cornwell. Number 12, Robert Vanella. Number 16, Charlie Broomhead. Number 21, Harry Keys. And finally, number 23, Lincoln Gilmore. New South Wales Spirit are being coached by Jeffrey McFadden. And now the starting lineup for the home team, APIA Leichhardt. You have number 2, Saya Kambiashi. Number 5, Drayden Kelly. Number 7, Jack Stewart. Number 8, Joel Bertolicio. Number 9, Presley Ortiz. Number 15 and the captain, Temba Guatemalu. Number 21, Michael Kuda. Number 22, Eddie Caspers. Number 30, and starting today, Alex Denmead. Number 80, Oliver Kalach. And number 99, the young gun, Franco Farinella. And for the bench for APIA Leichhardt, number 4, Josh Simmons. Number 11, Rory Jordan. Number 14, Max Court. Number 16, Sean Simmons. Number 18, Adrian Uccino. And number 54, Liam McCaster. The two coaches representing APIA Leichhardt today, former players David Apuzzo and Franco Parigi.
Good afternoon from NPL New South Wales, round 3, Lambert Park, ready to go for this clash between two of the early pace setters of the competition, APIA Leichhardt against Northwest Sydney Spirits. It's a warm 27 degrees at kickoff time, a high of about 29, which the under-20s got to enjoy earlier this afternoon. The sun's gone behind a cloud and there is a bit of a cool breeze, so not oppressive February weather for these sides. It should be a very entertaining spectacle given the goals that both these sides have scored through 2 unbeaten rounds to start the season respectively. Spirit come in with a perfect 2 wins from 2 record. They had a seesawing 3-2 win in round 1 against Sydney FC and then went to Blacktown City and won 4-0 at Landon Stadium last week. APIA Leichhardt gave up a 3-1 lead to draw with the Wollongong Wolves in round 1 right here at Lambert Park, and then went up to the coast and defeated Central Coast Academy 6-2 at Bloom Park last weekend. So that form line means both these sides are full of goals. APIA with 9 in their first 2 games, and Spirit looking for a change of character, a change of system and a different looking team in their 3rd consecutive season in the top flight of New South Wales football. Are going to be more attacking, at least on the evidence of the first 2 rounds of the season. Of course, APIA with aspirations of a national competition. They're going to be competing in the inaugural season of the championship at the end of this NPL Men's New South Wales campaign. And for all we know, the Spirit might be joining them because, of course, the premiers at the end of 30 rounds of NPL Men's New South Wales are also offered the chance to participate in that competition. But it is only round 3 of 30, and setting the tone early in the season will be all important. Handshakes between the captains and the officials. Today's referee is Adrian Arndt. Let's go to the lineups. APIA Leichhardt make 1 change to the team that won 6-2 away on the coast last weekend. Alex Denmead comes in for Jordan Segreto. Plenty of upheaval on the bench as well. Oliver Cowlatz is goalkeeper, number 80. 2, Seiya Kambiashi. 5, Dredon Kelly. 7, Jack Stewart. 8, Joel Bertolicio. 9, Presley Ortiz. 15, the captain, Temba Mwatamalo. 21, Michael Cooter. 22, Eddie Caspers. 30, Alex Denmead. And 99, Franco Farinella. And for Spirit, no changes to the 11 that won 4-0 away at Blacktown City last weekend. Chris Marks, their goalkeeper. Number 4, Brady Smith. 5, Jordan Perez. 6, Corey Kavanagh. 7, Frankie Lukovic. 9, Yu Akubo. 10, Michael Conestabo. 13, Simon Nicholas. 15, Jamie Pachevsky. 19, Zane Alualia. And 22, Takumi Afuka. We will get to the substitute benches after kickoff. For those of you watching interstate or overseas, it is a 4:45 p.m. local kickoff here in the inner western suburbs of Sydney. And it's Spirit in their home kit of yellow with black shorts up against APIA in their customary maroon and light blue. And underway in this round 3 clash in NPL Men's New South Wales, APIA Leichhardt against NWS Spirit. 2 unbeaten teams in these early stages of the season, and Alualia sends that ball out for a throw-in. The synthetic looking nice and sharp at the start of a new season, having been relayed, of course. And the cool breeze and slightly cloudy conditions, meaning that 27 degrees is far from oppressive at kickoff this afternoon. Jack Stewart in possession, plays it to Denmead in this week after scoring off the bench against the Mariners last week, and he goes back to Dredon Kelly. And APIA happy to get a feel for the ball at the centre of defence with Joel Bertolicio. Bertolicio, an incisive pass into the middle for Stewart. He's looking over to the left flank. Michael Cooter plays a 1-2 with Stewart. Ball bouncing and dealt with over the shoulder by Brady Smith, out for a throw. Really good, healthy crowd in at APIA today. You'd have to say it's at least 500 or 600 at kickoff, maybe more. And they'll be hoping to make a good atmosphere here for the home side. Throw in misses Presley Ortiz and booted out for a throw in again. Let's take a look at the benches. APIA have moved Buzanis, that's Anthony Buzanis and Maxim Kasalovic, out of their matchday squad, and so the bench is Josh Simmons, Rory Jordan, Max Court, Sean Simmons, Adrian Uccino and Liam McMaster, with Josh Simmons and Rory Jordan the players coming in that did not feature last weekend. As we see the throw in from Kuta here to Denmead. He's immediately under pressure from the American Ljukovic. And the ball bouncing and difficult to control. Kelly comes through and immediately dispossessed by Conestobo. Bench for Spirit. Robert Fennella, their backup keeper. Anthony Eunice, Grant Cornwell, Charlie Broomhead, Harry Keys, and Lachlan Gilmore with the only change. Keys coming in for Austin Oates, who was one of the subs last weekend. The two coaches, Franco Parisi and his offsider David Capuzzo, up against David Perkovic. Here's a through ball and a great opportunity straight away for Takumi Ifuka. And a good save, one-on-one by Oliver Kalach to keep the score at 0-0. Well, one pass was enough to undo the APIA defence there and have them scrambling. And Ifuka, who has found the net in the first two rounds of the season, perhaps should have made it 1-0 to the Spirit right there. Ball over the top again. Iwakubo's turn. And he has defensive company in the form of Bertolicio, who's able to safely see the ball out for a goal kick. But this Japanese double threat of Iwakubo and Takumi Ifuka, both of them in scoring form to start the season, immediately putting APIA's defence on notice. And Oliver Kalach waves out his defenders and says, I'm not going to pass it short. Let's just clear our lines. Denmead on for Presley Ortiz, coming off a hat-trick against the Mariners last weekend. Here's Kuta. Deflected pass. Stewart will retrieve the ball. And fouled for his trouble. Yes, a battle of two of the very highly rated, promising young coaches, Perkovic of Spirit and Parisi of APIA. Alawalia to take the throw in from right back. Ljukovic. Corey Kavanagh not able to escape with the ball. Stewart knocks it back to Seiya Kambiashi. APIA's Japanese connection. Here's Kambiashi, weaving through the right flank and sending in a teasing cross, and Denmead with a late run marks out of his line to collect the ball, and he was always favourite to do so, but Denmead made it interesting with his late advance towards the 6-yard box. Long ball from Brady Smith. Bertolicio resuming his duel with Iwakubo, and Bertolicio takes the points on this occasion. Caspers, and now Kelly, back to Moata Malo, and Kambiashi. Stewart. Kambiashi trying to complete a 1-2. That's great control from the Japanese. And now he leaves the ball with Stewart, who's bustling through midfield, really setting the tone early in this game. Kuta allowed to advance. Now has to make a decision. Stewart, long shots on here. And he just didn't get any bend on it. It twisted the wrong way as far as he was concerned, and kept going across the face out for a goal kick. Brady Smith. And now Conestobo. Ljukovic, hard against the line, and Kuta knocks it out for a throw. Really good tempo to the game, and the cooler it gets as the afternoon progresses, the less likely it is for there to be a drop-off. At least we hope, from a neutral point of view. Two very high-scoring teams in the opening couple of rounds. It would be a shame if they neutralised each other today. I came to the ground expecting a shootout, And the first 6 or 7 minutes has certainly not dampened my expectations that there are goals on the way. Tread on Kelly. And debate about whether the ball was out, about whether there was a throw. Kelly able to skip out of traffic. It's done very nicely here. And the pass able to match. Denmead twists away from the byline. Fenella. Breaking sideways across the pitch. Kambayashi. Stewart pops it into the path of Kambayashi. Able to drag the ball on. The shot was there and it's deflected out for a corner kick. Presley Ortiz at the end of the move. And it did look like a bit of a high, hopeful ball. So a corner kick coming up for APIA. In swinging corner and comfortably held by Marks. Alawalia. Long ball, a good one. Oh, Afuka offside. Assistant referee over on the near side is Hayden Mickelmeyer. Spirit showing no fear of testing this APIA defence, though, with a long ball over the top for their runners to go and chase. Kalach. Long ball from the goalkeeper. Kambayashi follows up. Stewart with a 1-2. Moata Marlowe. Back to Bertolicio. Timber Moata Marlowe. Deep at right back, and now Bertolicio on his right side. Straight onto the head, though, of Simon Nicholas. Presley Ortiz a long way from the goal he's attacking. Sends it to Stewart out on the right. APIA on the move. And Stewart just veering into midfield after not being able to advance any further forward. Farinella gets himself into a physical duel against Lukovic. Stewart keeps it moving. And Kambayashi couldn't keep the ball under the challenge of Jordan Perez. But Spirit unable to capitalise on winning the ball back. APIA straight back into it in an attacking sense. Moata Marlowe leans into the header. Brought down by Jamie Pachevsky. Starbo, Alawalia resetting to the centre of defence with Pachevsky. Nicholas. Well, the ball's moving quickly, but not in the right direction as far as Spirit are concerned. You're not pressing too aggressively just yet. Happy to wait outside the penalty area, and that allows Marks to drive the ball, but he can't find a teammate initially. However, luck's a fortune. And it's going to fall kindly for Perez. And now the ball down the left. Switch of flanks here. Alawalia and Conestabro raffling it between the two of them. Alawalia, first time cross blocked by Kuta. Second time, Kuta involved again. And the APIA man has done well to stop a dangerous ball going into the penalty area. Now Denmead round the corner. Caspers with a bit of time in the centre of the park to pick his pass. Ball over the top for Stewart to go and chase. He's got his hands full, though, with Nicholas. Ball here for Ortiz. Flag is up, and even though it's in the net, you wouldn't be so bold as to call that a disallowed goal because he didn't fire the shot until well after the whistle had gone and play was dead. Presley Ortiz, though, carrying the expectations of leading the line for a perceived title contender this season, has already scored a hat-trick this season, so definitely shown that the change of scenery hasn't affected him. Marks. Hard up against the line here, and last touch off Mawatamalo. Kavanagh. Ball dangerous at the edge of the box. Uakubo. And now the shot from Conestabo. And even though there's a bobble, Kalach is able to collapse onto the ball. No one was really following in for Spirit. So a shot on target saved. Michael Conestabo with one goal already this season in the game against Sydney FC. Farinella out to Denmead, and he is quick. Denmead, does he back his speed here? He's going to shoot on the tight angle and held onto by Marks. Just seemed like a bit of an opportunity. Too good to resist there for Alex Denmead, and he continued his run without looking to find a teammate. Caspers. You can see a very congested midfield at the moment for APIA as they look up at it here. Bertolicio tried to find a way through, and Kavanagh blocked it, and now pops it over the top. Conestabo can't get to the ball first. Bertolicio able to clean up. Risky from APIA, though. They went for a bold pass into a very crowded midfield, and Spirit were able to cut off the angles. David Tapuzzo shouting instructions from the technical area while Franco Parisi plays keepy-uppy. Spirit looking promising at present. Conestabo, that shot a moment ago. Kavanagh. Back to Brady Smith. Alawalia. And Frankie Lukovic. He'll be a very slippery customer. We saw him in the Australia Cup playing against Melbourne Victory. That was only shortly after he'd joined, coming over from the United States. Sort of player that just loves to pop up in space or stay one step ahead of a defender and lure them in for a foul, exactly as he did there. So a mid-range free kick for Spirit. You'd have to say APIA's got the height advantage, though, when it comes to aerial duels. Pachevsky's the obvious target here at the free kick. Kavanagh looking for Pachevsky, did find him, and even though it's first head of Spirit, it's comfortably held onto by Kalach. You imagine he's going to have either Mawatamalo or Dredon Kelly, or both, marking him at set pieces whenever Spirit have a free kick or corner. Kelly. Farinella with it all to do in midfield. He crashed into Smith. Advantage given. Lukovic not dispossessed. Advantage not taken by Spirit. And now this will be contentious if APIA score at the other end. Stewart on the move. Dashing in on a tight angle. And he just lost his footing. He can still recover the ball, though. Jack Stewart firing a shot, and it will be an APIA corner. And is there any afters here for that big tackle in midfield? There's not. Maybe some of the Spirit players right to ask if it was a yellow card worthy foul, but not to be. Referee hasn't reached for his pocket just yet. About 17 minutes into the game. Corner kick. And Kavanagh heads away. And then the ball is cleared by Nicholas before Denmead can follow in. One other game going on in NPL Men's New South Wales today, and it's up on the Central Coast. Central Coast Mariners taking on Blacktown City. Still very early days as the ladder sorts itself out, but you can't help but think that even a point for the Mariners would be a great result for them, given their tough start to the season, having conceded 11 goals in their first 2 games. Nicholas given away. Denmead trying to capitalise, and he's legged, and a free kick in shooting range. Spirit, their own worst enemy there, inviting on the pressure with an errant pass, and the result is going to be a free kick with no shortage of candidates, I imagine. Saya Kambiashi has gone and grabbed the ball. Jack Stewart will no doubt have thoughts on if he likes the angle on his right foot. Might be a case where Kambiashi's just immediately pulled rank here, though. So big moment here for Chris Marks to set his defensive wall. Four in the wall for now. Kambiashi stands solo over the free kick. Is this APIA's moment to break through? Saya Kambiashi over the dead ball. And the wall does its job. Solid impact, but looked like a midriff block there as Kambiashi goes and follows up and now cuts it back, but it's comfortably cleared away by Afuka. Guatemala. Now Stewart. Pachevsky's header away. Michael Kuta immediately shut down by Connor Starbo. His clearance was an up and under. He runs onto it himself. And even though he's caught in possession, it's going to break kindly for Kavanagh, although he's been caught in possession. Ortiz takes a step around, and then, well, Kavanagh did very nicely to go back and make amends for giving the ball away. Akubo. Nicholas. Well, it wasn't pretty, but Spirit were able to withstand that APIA set piece and all the varying follow-ups. Smith, long ball. Bertolicio heads down. Farinella. Now Kelly. And Marks is going to take that into his penalty area so he can reserve the opportunity to pick the ball up should he wish. And indeed, that's what he opts to do. Lukovic, and a duel against Ortiz. APIA win the throw. Not enough of a runway for a long throw specialist on that side of the pitch over at Lambert Park. Caspers had to chase his first touch. Kuda. Distribution from Kalach. Knocked down by Perez. A window of opportunity now for Spirit. Afuka. Twisting and turning and trying to get away from Eddie Caspers, and he just can't. Caspers stayed on his case the whole time, but the ball breaks central. Smith. Connor Starbo spinning. Uakubo. Afuka to finish the move. Sensational team goal from the NWS Spirit, and they lead 1-0 away at Lambert Park. And Takumi Afuka has scored in all 3 rounds of the season so far. It was a great finish into the bottom left corner.
It's a goal for Spirit.
And that's after some slick passing in the build-up. One touch understanding of where players were moving. And it must be a real vindication of what this squad were doing in pre-season to look this good. Only 3 rounds into the season in an attacking, cohesive sense. Really good goal. And Spirit 1, lead APIA 0. APIA still yet to keep a clean sheet this season. And after a big win away at Landon Stadium last week, and you probably have to factor the red card for Blacktown City into the extent of the scoreline, Spirit about to make another big statement away at another of last season's finalists. APIA have certainly created, they've certainly had chances, and there is a long time to go in this game. All coming in the 22nd minute, so about a quarter of the way through the afternoon's action. But doesn't it set the tone for what could be a bit of a shootout if APIA can respond in kind. Perez. Afuka, the goal scorer. APIA send their substitutes to go and warm up, as is often the case. Around this time, a quarter of the way through the day's play. Long ball down the line here for Moatamalo to bring under his control, but he's going to have his pocket picked, or is he? Spirit thought that it was their possession cleanly enough, but I think the assistant referees had a say from the opposite half of the pitch about whether or not there was an infringement. Moatamalo backtracking here. Uakubo, Afuka. Spirit have the ball. Kavanagh swings a cross over the head of Conestabo, and again, a giveaway of possession could have proved really unfortunate for APIA there, because there is a bit of a wind going across the ground. I'm not suggesting that the pass wouldn't have been overhit without the wind, but it just sailed over Conestabo's head when Kavanagh had the chance there to really lay off and assist for a potential header on goal. Pachevsky rises to the header. Caspers. Stewart. He'll be key to getting APIA back into this contest. However, that pass not his finest. Aluwali. Long ball and the race is on here. Uakubo will the bounce it up for him. Bertolicio just made it physical, made it difficult, and ushered the ball back to his goalkeeper. Referee Adrian Arndt unmoved by the protests in the aftermath. It's good physical defending from Bertolicio. Kelly. Kuda. Stewart and Denmead. Stewart, well, not able to clip it into space for Kuda there, who was trying to advance through a central left channel. Pachevsky hurried into a pass here, but Kavanagh's his outlet, and Kavanagh sweeps it over to the left. Perez off and running, and he's going to force a bit of a nervous error there from Kambayashi to concede a corner kick. I feel like that's no harm done if he puts it out for a throw, but sending it the other side of the corner flag makes a huge difference here. It's a little bonus set piece coming up now for the visiting side. in the top flight. They have defeated APIA once. It was back in August of 2023, and it was at Christie Park. The two trips that Spirit have made to APIA, we'll come back to those after this corner kick, but they're trying to overturn some pretty significant history. Here comes the corner. In swing into the near post. Kelly with a great leap to head it away. However, Afuka sends the ball back out to Kavanagh. Akubo, and Kelly interrupted his jump. There's a battle for possession, hard against the line. Caspers looks like he'll prevail. Ortiz. Now Denmead. Can he back his speed here in a sprint down the line? Well, the crowd enjoyed it, but Lukovic was able to get in and make it a contest. That goal from Takumi Afuka is the first that Spirit have scored here at Lambert Park. May 2023, they were beaten 5-0 here by APIA. And then August of last year, 1-0, with Nikazone scoring the only goal in a 1-0 APIA win. So the fact they have the lead at this storied venue is certainly progress and indicative of perhaps the direction this senior team is going. Physical stuff as Nicholas wins the ball off Stewart. Kavanagh. Afuka. Corey Kavanagh has really grown into the game at both ends of the pitch now. He was playing a pretty important role covering the defence down at the other end. Now he's getting a bit more ambitious in an attacking sense, venturing forward. Farinella. And again, the trap has been set by Spirit. Farinella plays it to a man immediately under pressure in Kuda, and Aluwalia forces the giveaway. And again, these little tactical victories are starting to add up for the Spirit here. Conestabo went to ground. Aluwalia, well, lucky the roof was there, otherwise that might have been disappearing off towards the harbour. Throw it down the line. Kubo crunched in a gang challenge, and it's a free kick at the edge of the box. Oh, APIA protest that they got the ball. He was being converged upon from multiple angles there, Yua Kubo. Having a quick look back on the stream, very hard to tell. Referee in a much better position than I or our camera to have a look at how Akubo was converged upon in a pincer movement by the APIA defence. So a free kick. Perez and Kavanagh over the ball. It's going to be Kavanagh. He slides it low, knocked into the box once, twice, and then sailed out for a goal kick by Afuka. Whatever they had cooked up there just looked a little bit rushed and maybe not executed as best planned. Stewart. Backtracking Perez. Marks. Over the head of Lukovic on the bounce. Caspers leans into the ball. Farinella, Denmead cuts onto his right side, blocked immediately. Had 2 or 3 defenders to try and shoot through there, and it was always going to be difficult. Conostarbo foul, free kick.
High ball, Moatamalo rises to win the header. Bertolicio and now Farinella given away. Conostarbo waits for the ball, and that delay in trying to hope it would sit up kindly for a right-footed volley. It's ended up in a corner, but you just wonder, had he advanced onto the ball and backed his touch there, if he could have just stolen half a metre on the defence. Still, a corner, a good result for Spirit. Plenty of time being taken here before Jordan Perez comes over to take this corner kick. Jamie Pachevsky, the very obvious target at a set piece here. Kavanagh trying to set a block for him. And the header is up from Kavanagh! Spirit lead 2-0. And it's come at some personal cost here. The trainer's been called. And so it means the celebrations are curtailed. But Corey Kavanagh with a hard-won header makes it 2-0 to Spirit. And there is really no mood for celebration in the aftermath of the goal. It was a well-delivered corner. Bear with me as I have a quick look back here on the stream. It is hard to tell exactly who made contact with him. And the body language of the Spirit players, I think it was Frankie Lukovic who was immediately spinning his hands, the universal symbol for a substitution. And the fourth official has gone and picked up the board, so it's a 6-and-out situation, unfortunately, for Corey Kavanagh. Here he's scored a goal, but it is potentially ending his participation in the game, and it remains unclear from our distance exactly what is being treated here and what injury he has suffered. Well, Corey Kavanagh is now lifting his arms and being put through something of a mobility test by the trainer. He's able to sit up under his own steam, so everyone exhale. That's good news for the young man. And again, the trainer is also signalling with the twirling of the fingers that a substitution will be required. And the substitute that will be coming on is Anthony Eunice here. The fourth official has already updated the board. And there will be applause here, even from the home fans, for Corey Kavanagh, just acknowledging the work of the medical staff and also hoping that he is all right. He scored, but sadly he's had to leave the game. So the score is 2-0 to Spirit. Anthony Eunice comes on. And APIA will kick off with a 2-0 deficit at home. What a challenge that has been thrown down to them.
news of a goal in the other game going on in NPL Men's New South Wales. Blacktown City have taken a 23rd minute lead away to the Central Coast Mariners. So, what do APIA have available to them? That break, almost as good as a coach's timeout. Who needs the halftime break when you can have 3 or 4 minutes of being able to chat? Well, Spirit look like they're the ones who are responding the brighter to the most recent goal. Long ball over the top. Marks calls keeper. Kelly's header. Lukovic. Guatemala. Uakubo. Afuka goes to ground, and the referee is unmoved by appeals. Kelly, Denmead. Ambitious crossfield pass, Kambayashi. Guatemala. Given away. Alualia. Around the corner goes Spirit. Afuka breaking through, leaves it with a Kubo. Good save. Kalach able to parry it over the bar. But again, the connection in attack from Spirit. Looking sharp. And Afuka's instant response was to go and protest to the referee about the penalty shout from the phase of play before, but they very nearly made it a moot point by scoring right there, and a corner kick is coming up. And the pressure far from averted for APIA, because as the corner is taken in front of a prone Corey Kavanagh, he scored from Spirit's most recent corner. In it comes, and Pachevsky, well, that's the design, but not the placement. Pachevsky winning the header, but sending it back from whence it came. David Perkovic having a look at his watch over in the technical area. 5 minutes of regulation until half-time. You imagine there will be a decent chunk of stoppage now added on as well. Dare I suggest, it is starting to become a little bit overcast here at Lambert Park. It was a day that peaked at about 29 or 30 degrees in bright sunshine. The under-20s will be watching on here wondering what on earth they were going through in the hot weather earlier this afternoon, because it's really cooled down quite nicely now. And APIA trying to get something going. They've really gone into their shells over the last 10 minutes. Kambayashi dispossessed. Afuka. Alualia dispossessed by Kambayashi. He's back in and battling here. Alualia wins out. Akubo. Caspers. Farinella. Takuta. Denmead able to skip around Smith. Denmead dispossessed by Lukovic. Kelly. Kelly stuck in a 1-on-2. Gets another chance though. And now he's bundled over the sideline, as is the ball. It's APIA's ball though. Caspers knocked away from him this time. Afuka. Eunice. Cuts it inside for Lukovic. Konostavo. Ball out to the right side. Lukovic didn't have another sprint in him, so he's going to engage Kelly in a physical sense. APIA prevail with possession. Caspers trying to drive forward here. Diagonal over to Kambayashi. Kambayashi cuts it inside for Stewart. Stewart stripped of the ball cleanly by Nicholas. Konostavo. And now Eunice. Ball just in perpetual motion at the moment. Eunice up against Kuda. And eventually the wet referee's whistle goes. It's a spirit throw. Eunice, back pass, all the way down to Marks. Oh, spectacular fly for the ball there from Uwakubo, and he's hurt himself. He was probably the player committing a foul, you would suggest. He's getting a warning here from the referee. Honestly, foul or a drop ball? I think that's what players are asking. Drop ball. And Akubo debating about at what point he can go and start contesting it again. So, no foul given. Interesting. Play continues. Stewart. Dispossessed by Perez. Straight to Caspers. Trying to uncork a long ball, but Eunice intercepted. High bounce. Gets the better of Lukovic. Through comes Konostavo. Caspers, combative, winning a foul. Kuda. Denmead. Edge of the box. Stewart. Stewart looking for Ortiz, and he got a header on target, but not enough power to send it beyond Marks, who got down to the save, and he was able to hold. It just didn't have enough force even to make the goalkeeper consider a parry instead. Chris Marks makes the save of a shot on target for APIA. We're about to find out from the fourth official how much additional time there will be at the end of this first half. APIA halving the deficit could have made a real difference to the mood in the rooms at half-time. Late contact, free kick. I feel like the level of physicality is really starting to heat up at the end of the half. A bit more back chat and chippiness among the players. Half-time might be coming at a perfect time, just as far as Adrian Art is concerned from a managing the game perspective. Long free kick here. Kubo buzzing around, but that's goalkeeper's ball for Kalash. Kambayashi darting into midfield. Nothing on for him though. Dispossessed. Konostavo outpointed by Kelly. Stewart. Slides it down the line. Ortiz maybe trying to turn provider. Presley Ortiz. Can't beat Perez. Can't find a way through with his cross either. Blocked and cleared. Farinella, well, that's a hopeful effort at the end of the first half, which he sliced well wide. We've had 2 additional minutes at the end of the first half so far. Nicholas. Afuka. Alualia. Moanamawa, the defender, breaking forward. Steers it over to the right flank. Stewart. Tries to take on Perez. And the end result is a goal kick. Oh, Jordan Perez has done exceptionally well there against Jack Stewart, trying to run at him. And he gets a high five from Simon Nicholas down there in defence. Will that be enough to steer Spirit to half-time? Long goal kick. And the halftime whistle goes. NWS Spirit had not scored at Lambert Park prior to today, but a first half where Takumi Afuka and Corey Kavanagh came up with goals means that they are well placed to defeat APIA for just the second time in NPL Men's at New South Wales and to maintain their perfect record at the top of the league. APIA, the gauntlet thrown down to them, they have it all to do. Spirit at the moment, with their tails up, even though they did lose Corey Kavanagh to injury on the very phase of play from which he scored the goal. A forced change, the only sour note of that first half for Spirit. Otherwise, the game has been flowing their way. They look sharp, and APIA are in need of answers. David DiPuzzo and Franco Parisi having a little powwow with each other before heading into the rooms to discuss a plan of attack with their team. Stay with us through the halftime break. This is NPL Men's New South Wales. We'll be back with you with live action in about 10 minutes.
Just gotta go now.
Ryan! Wanna go down there? Wait, you get the front shoulder.
Okay.
Both teams back out on the pitch, and the second half not far away from kicking off. NPL Men's New South Wales round 3. It is APIA Leichhardt 0, NWS Spirit 2. Takumi Ifuka and Corey Kavanagh since subbed off the two goalkeepers in this game. So looking over at the substitutes bench, it doesn't appear as though there have been any additional substitutions to the one that was made in the first half. A forced change with Corey Kavanagh injured in the act of scoring the second goal for Spirit. And he was replaced by Anthony Eunice. And I had been flagging that the weather was turning. There is now light rain falling at Lambert Park as well. So a day that peaked at 30 is now showers at the start of the second half. And what will Apia's response be coming out of the rooms in a 2-0 hole at home? NWS Spirit have looked sharp, they have looked threatening for more than just the two goals that they have. APIA were creating chances with quite frequent regularity, especially when the game was 0-0 and 1-0, but ever since the second goal they've been forced back into their shells quite a bit, and an early free kick here means that it could be Spirit out of the rooms that are able to have the first major opportunity of the second half. So a wide free kick, and the left-footed Jordan Perez looms large here. It's not too acute an angle to rule out a direct shot on goal. Jamie Pachevsky, the aerial threat. Plenty of players waiting to follow in. Jordan Perez with two in the wall. Drifts it in, and the header is off the woodwork. Akubo denied a goal, and Spirit strike the post. Not even 2 minutes into the second half. And that could have been 3-0. And APIA, any hopes they had of making a statement out of the rooms have been short-circuited by Spirit making one of their own. And perhaps APIA are going to look to the bench. Seeing a bit of activity among their substitutes. No one standing next to the fourth official just yet. Long-range free kick here. Perez's turn to be on the end of it. Afuka. Alualia. Drifting a high ball. Up and under header for Akubo, and he's led with his arm there against Bertolicio, but nothing untoward, according to the referee. Kuta, not able to step out of defence. So, goal kick coming up here for Oliver Kalash. Long, hopeful ball. Ortiz watches it go, keeper to keeper. And Marquez, a little bit of ducks and drakes at the edge of his penalty area, but able to watch it into the box and grab onto it with his arms. And now we might go keeper to keeper again. Long ball, taking a deflection off Dredd on Kelly. And Kelly is down. And he's able to roll back around here, seemingly all right. No need to call the trainer. So APIA ball. 4 minutes of the second half played. Kalash again, waving players long. And he's going to go for distance. He's going to rear up off the surface. So very difficult header to do anything with. Eunice nods it out in front of Conestabo. Conestabo with a burst of speed to take on Kelly. And it's a free kick on the right flank. Jordan Perez will again be the left-footed free kick taker, looking to swing this in. So Perez's free kick from wide on the right. In swinger and headed in for three. Yu Akubo. NWS Spirit looking like the real deal. It might only be round 3, but they enjoy a 3-0 lead away at APIA. And Yu Akubo has his 4th of the season, and he joins Takumi Ifuka in having scored in every game so far. He is not the tallest player, but it was an excellent delivery from Jordan Perez. And he was just able to get in front of his marker and will himself onto the ball to make it 3-0 to NWS Spirit. And Jordan Perez, whose set-piece delivery has looked pretty good in this game, he comes up with a valuable assist. And if any APIA fans were expecting a response from the home team to the halftime break, they have not had it whatsoever. It's been Spirit who've looked the stronger side, and they now have what you suspect on the evidence presented through 51 minutes is a match-winning lead. It is very early days in NPL Men's New South Wales, but this will take them to the top of the league as the only team with a perfect 9 points from 9 record. On a weekend where there have been a few draws around the league, a couple of them 0-0, the value of having goal scorers so apparent. It means that Spirit have scored 3, 4 and 3 in their games to start the season so far. And this is a team that was barely going at a goal a game last season. Season before, 2023, when they were newly promoted, you can understand why they did play a pragmatic, long ball, defence-first style. Survival was the goal that season. Consolidation, the goal last season. And now they are trying to be a big climber, as we see across flash through the penalty area here. Stewart. In it comes Ortiz, flashing just wide. Caught a big deflection. Presley Ortiz nearly had one back for APIA. And Pachevsky's the man who deflected it out. and it appears to have taken the wind out of him as a result. Corner kick coming up for APIA. Showing a bit of desperation now. In at the near post, easily dealt with by Zayn Alawalia. Rain continuing to fall. It's not heavy rain, it's just steady rain. Has been the case since half-time. Afuka. Perez. Dread on Kelly. Caspers. And look at the physicality of the defending from Anthony Eunice to come in and win the ball away. Now free kick given against Farinella. Brady Smith, high bending ball. Akubo, first touch, able to bring it down. Muadamalo lost his feet. Afuka, Akubo, blocked away by Bertolicio. And now Denmead, with it all to do here, Alex Denmead sends it out to the left. Ortiz is going to advance onto the ball here. APIA in behind, Spirit scrambling back. Ortiz drags it onto his right foot, taken to ground. And to the cries of the APIA bench, the referee does not point to the penalty spot. And I think depending on which side of the ground you're on might have affected your view there, because the fans were fairly quiet, but the APIA bench were up in unison. The result is a throw-in. Bertolicio, Farinella. Over to Kambayashi. Saya Kambayashi. Rolls it back to Jack Stewart. Stewart, and can't find a teammate. Ball at the feet of Chris Marks. Everything cools down for now. Ball bouncing on. Muadamalo. Afuka asking too much of Akubo on this occasion. Kalach. Volley by Pachevsky. Farinella. Smith. Great first touch. Afuka brings it down. Looking for Perez. Bustling around the left side. Perez catches a deflection. Out for a corner. Another set-piece opportunity. And let's not forget that Spirit have now scored from a corner and from a wide free kick with two headers. Kavanagh and Akubo today. And so set-pieces are proving really fruitful for them. And it appears as though Jordan Perez is taking the corners from both sides of the pitch, even though he's on, in theory, the wrong side for a left footer here. Here's Perez. And up went Pachevsky at the near post. Barely a glancing touch, though. Denmead clears. It's a foot race. Ortiz and Nicholas. Down towards the right corner they go. Ortiz takes possession. Has got Jack Stewart there in support. Stewart cuts it across. Oh, couldn't find Kuda. That was a good chance for APIA there, but the pass from Stewart not able to bring his teammate into the equation. Spirit trying to calm things down, and they will get a throw in to do exactly that as the ball loops up onto the roof of the outer side stand here at Lambert Park. Kubo. Long diagonal ball, and Perez set himself to keep it away from Kambayashi. Yunus has to be mindful of Kudo lurking behind him. Aluali up, trying to help out. Denmead puts his head down, tries to furrow forward. Denmead extracts across, but it was a bit of a blind boot and hope for the best as it goes across the face of goal and out. And APIA now are acting at the hour mark. A sub coming up, and it's straight on Kelly, who is making way. And on comes the veteran Sean Simmons. News of a goal up at Plume Park. Early in the second half, it is now Blacktown City 2, leading at the Central Coast Mariners 0. So, where Spirit look set to go 3 wins from 3, should they negotiate the final half an hour. Unfortunately, the Central Coast Mariners appear to be the polar opposite. They are about to go 3 defeats from 3, barring an unlikely comeback.
16, Sean Simmons.
Ortiz fouled. Bit of byplay. Brady Smith just falling as Eddie Casper's tried to hurry things up. Ortiz trying to get around Pachevsky, can't do so. Stewart, Kambayashi, Caspers, Farinella. Switching back out to Jack Stewart. Smith clears. Muatamalo's header. Follow up for Conestabo, not quite. Ball went over his head. Farinella. Simmons, first involvement off the bench. And Denmead has the ball knocked away by Brady Smith. Spirit have made one forced change in this game. They otherwise have not turned to their substitutes bench. Stewart. Here's Caspers, and now Denmead shooting from the edge of the box. It loops with a deflection and is catching practice for Chris Marks. Block tackle in midfield denies Denmead forward progress. Perez spraying it out to the right flank. No runners going after it though. It's all APIA. Retrieved by Simmons. And he's going to reset at the centre of defence with Bertolicio. And now Seiya Kambayashi.
Yes, Jordy. Jordy, left. Tuck it behind you.
Bertolicio tries to hit the channel, but headed down by Yunus. Conestabo. Stewart. Veering into midfield and then trying to redirect the ball out to the right, but interception made by Nicholas.
I'm going to do it.
Feels as though the game is just in a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. Teams trying to sprint at each other, trying to test stretching the game. See if either side will break in a fitness sense. It is, of course, only round 3. You wonder if there is maybe a point where one team might start to run over the top of the other, regardless of the scoreline, regardless of the game state. It is worth testing, at least for APIA, just to see if they can find an advantage from somewhere. They are putting themselves through their paces as much as anything at the moment, trying to keep the tempo high. Offside flag is up here. Farinella. Well, the numbers converge again for Spirit. Connor Starbo. And he's fouled by Farinella. High diagonal ball. Perez with it all to do. Kambayashi jumped into him and Perez held his ground and wins the throw for Spirit. Throw in taken by Perez. Connor Starbo nods it on. Akubo on the spin. And we were perfectly behind that shot to see it keep going high and wide, but the right idea from Spirit there. Throw in routine, resulting in a shot, albeit a shot off target. Crossfield switch here. Kambayashi. Back from Stewart. Kambayashi again. Next pass all important. Stewart against Perez. Left-footed ball probing. Denmead had to take the sting out of it. Now Caspers. Stewart again. And he's going to fire from a tight angle, and Perez closes him down. And it's a good defensive stand there from Spirit to keep APIA at bay. And now Fuka interrupting. Akubo. A little touch of class there. Alualia. He's thinking about firing a long ball, but his moment of hesitation, well, it hasn't cost him because Simmons nearly gave it back to Akubo. And Lukovic is going to take over possession here for Spirit. Nicholas. Perez. Lukovic. Caught in possession by Caspers. Eddie Caspers breaking forward here. And he just can't feed the ball to Denmead. Good defending from Pachevsky. Perez. And Perez boots the ball away, and it's going to bend out for a throw-in. Spirit, a bit of shouting going on about not letting APIA get out of their defensive half here. Kambayashi. Ortiz in a battle. Nicholas, Lukovic. Ball's going to bounce on here. Brady Smith pops it high. Akubo, great evasive work. And he knocks it across towards Connor Starbo, and the ball is cleared away. Well, the attacking movement of Yu Akubo is proving a real handful for this APIA defence at the moment. doesn't even have to be moving at breakneck speed. It's just his ability to give people the slip that is proving such a headache at the moment. As the afternoon wears on, just over 20 minutes of regulation to go. Spirit on track to be the only perfect team remaining in NPL Men's New South Wales after 3 completed rounds. Nicholas in a duel against Ortiz, protected the fall of the ball well. Denmead wants to run at defenders. Denmead, he's going to switch it out to Simmons, and can Simmons make ground? Well, the veteran legs were pumping, but he just couldn't get to the ball. And the air goes out of the balloon there for APIA. That is frustrating. Perez. Well played by Bertolicio to get the better of Akubo on that occasion. Back to Kalach. Ball allowed to bounce off the synthetic. Nicholas just rolls it back to Marks, his keeper. Chris Marks loads up and goes for distance. Akubo, a lone hand, brings the ball down. And the referee eventually has seen a foul. He went for a bit of an armchair ride there. Akubo was getting a bit of hang time as he leapt for the ball, and he did so illegally. Kambayashi trying to flip the field here, but you can see there's Spirit numbers back and not many APIA numbers in gaps and space, and any time they get the ball, they are closed down in the blink of an eye. Case in point right here, Lukovic. Now Conostarbo. Yunus perhaps caught out by that little back pass, and that's going to be APIA's ball. Simmons. APIA preparing another double substitution, but they'd love to score here. Just try to change the tone of the last 20 minutes coming up. Try to plant a seed of doubt. It's worth remembering that Spirit were 2-1 down to Sydney FC in the second half of round 1 and haven't conceded since. They have scored 9 goals without reply in NPL Men's New South Wales. And we're going to see at least one of these substitutions activated over on the sidelines. And it's going to be Max Court coming on for Alex Denmead here.
Number 14.
And also, Jack Stewart's number is up, and he's coming off for Rory Jordan. So the pacey Jordan replaces Stewart, and the youngster Max Court is coming on for Denmead here.
Number 11, Rory Jordan.
So will fresh legs
Number 7, Jack Stewart
be able to get APIA a goal and an avenue back into something here? Spirit have had one forced change today. Otherwise, they have not turned to the bench. Corey Kavanagh will hopefully be okay after a head or a neck injury. Hard to tell. He hurt himself in the act of scoring in the first half. Kuda. Jordan, first involvement off the bench. Telegraphed the pass to Caspers, but Smith couldn't intercept it. Caspers veers away from 2, cutting it into the box. Jordan, blocked away by Alualia. Akubo. Conostarbo, no one ahead of the ball for him. Now we've got a runner on in Afuka, but the ball is cleared away. Kambayashi puts his head down, goes for speed here. Seiya Kambayashi cuts it across. Court, first involvement off the bench for him. Caspers, who's going to take on the responsibility of a shot. Again, APIA getting into promising territory, but they just aren't playing the killer pass at the end of it. They've really lacked the finishing touch in this second half because Chris Marks has had a lot of organising to do, but not many actual saves. Here's Court. You can see he's keen to make an impact here. Caspers. Cleared by Pachevsky. Farinella heads it down. Kuda back to Muatamalo. Kuda's long ball. Marks comes out. Double-fisted punch away. It's there to be one. Farinella rises to the header. Muatamalo, similar. Caught. Kind deflection. He's got the ball at his feet, glued to his feet. Caspers, Jordan, still Rory Jordan. Back out in front of Caspers, not to his advantage by any stretch though, bit of a hospital pass. Farinella and Court, APIA owning the ball, but again, can they turn it into a shot on goal? Kambayashi. Farinella. Simmons. Here goes Sean Simmons, and he's dispossessed by Eunice. Kambayashi floating over to the left flank. Casper's cutting it back for Rory Jordan. Tried to thread through the eye of a needle there for Simmons. Spirit all hands on deck in defence at the moment. But again, they are not giving up actual shots on goal. Kuda. And a foul given here. And David DePuzzo's reaction in the technical area says it all. Disappointment that that pressure, that momentum that was building behind APIA has dissipated by giving away a foul. And a cramp here for Zain Alawalia. And will that finally prompt David Perkovic to turn to his substitutes bench? He appears to be motioning to a number of players that are currently warming up. News of a goal up at Plume, and in the 64th minute, Central Coast Mariners 1 have halved the deficit against Blacktown City 2. So watch this space. Could the Mariners be on for their first point of the season? Free kick against Akubo here. Simmons. Oh, collision off the ball. Ortiz ran into Pachevsky, or vice versa, depending on your allegiance. I'm not sure the referee, Adrian Art, saw a huge amount of it. Saw the aftermath. Certainly heard about the aftermath. I see Ortiz is back on his feet. Now Pachevsky is down. He's scrambling back to his feet. Jordan's broken the back line. Marks comes out, makes a one-on-one save. Top goalkeeping from Chris Marks. And even though Rory Jordan was able to spring the defence and finally fire a shot, Chris Marks, who's been an organiser for so much of this second half, was finally called into action, and he stepped up with one of the saves of the day. Our Spirit about to make a double change. The Superstitions are holding firm that they're not going to make it while defending a corner kick. Kambayashi to take the corner. Can APIA set up a big final 10 minutes here? Kambayashi wants more to Marlowe, and Ortiz was diving. There was a bit of shirt grabbing going on, but not enough for the referee to say it was conclusively a foul one way or the other. And that is going to be the double change over on the sideline. Lincoln Gilmore is coming on here. He's going to replace Zain Alawalia, who had been struggling with cramp. And we're also going to see Grant Cornwell coming on for Brady Smith.
Substitution for Spirit coming on, number 8.
The experienced defender Cornwell, like for like, replacing Smith. And Alualia, who is jogging over to the bench now.
Brady Smith.
He'll be replaced by Gilmore here.
So coming off the Spirit is number 23.
So reinforcements out onto the park for Spirit for just over 10 minutes of regulation remaining in this game. And Akubo here was shoved, and he receives a free kick. And even though he'd been giving away a couple of free kicks in aerial duels on recent forays forward, this time he finds the decision going in his favour. Long-range free kick to be taken by Jordan Perez. And he drops it at the edge of the 6-yard box, and it reared up off the surface. I don't think it got a touch there off Anthony Eunice. It was just one of those free kicks that had enough juice to really hit the synthetic and bounce, and it became a little bit awkward for Kalach, who made the save. And now in the blink of an eye, APIA trying to go end-to-end, but the recently arrived Grant Cornwell doesn't allow it to reach or tease, at least not initially. Now he's having to close him down, and he clears from right back. Kuda. Akubo challenging. Lukovic. Afuka. And he's scragged Farinella there. It's right on the limit of a yellow card, you imagine. Just a free kick, though. No booking. Play continues. Kambayashi leaves it with Caspers. Caught. And then Caspers' pass is intercepted, and he's right back in trying to win the ball and make amends. Bit of afters with Perez. No love lost between those two. And then Nicholas proving a bit of a danger to the cars that are driving down the road as he clears that one well over the grandstand. Farinella back out to court. APIA have had so much possession in this part of the pitch from more or less the hour mark until now, and for all of it, hasn't resulted in a great deal. One save of significance from Chris Marks. So let's look ahead to next week. APIA are away at Landon Stadium, taking on Blacktown City on Sunday at 3 p.m. And Spirit, they are at home on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. at Christie Park against St George City. Of course, those two came up as newly promoted sides together in 2023. St George City played finals last season. Will it be Spirit on track for finals this one? Cornwell, safety first defending. Pass intercepted by Perez, and then Moatamalo back in to make a contest, but the ball's going to roll on here. Afuka, Akubo, controlled it first time and then nearly finished. Breakneck speed. And he's put it out for a goal kick. Oh, that would have been spectacular. He just trusted his instincts on his first touch there, Akubo, and that would have been goal of the day and then some. Instead, a chance to score a fourth. Passes, and now APIA trying to go down the other end. Simmons, he's been blown up for handball. He's arguing it was shoulder, but the referee does not agree. Kubo, an improvised volley to bring the ball down. And booted away from Conestabo. Cornwell. Caspers.
Oh, my glasses. You're gonna wear them? Don't carry, especially that. That's not bad. You can wear them. You can't throw
Nicholas. Perez. Planted into a duel, but Guatemala can't take clean possession of the ball. Ortiz. Cleared by Nicholas. But Alicio, still hear the amount of chat in the Spirit team. You wouldn't know it's a 3-0 game, both from the ball speed and also the intensity with which the match is being played. Kalach has to hurry, got it away from Conestabo in the nick of time. And then Perez with a header out. It's going to trap APIA in their defensive half.
Frankie, come through the goal. Come through the goal, Frank. Don't let the shot into the
The ball is going to bend along the line. Not out just yet, Perez. Still won't go at all. Crunching slide challenge comes in from Farinella. And that eventually does put the ball out, but for a Spirit throw. You can see how low Perez's socks are, so he must have very small shin guards protecting his legs. And he goes to ground here, and now Farinella gets knocked by Gilmore, and the referee's seen all of this going on and decided it's enough to constitute a foul. Simmons denied possession by Lukovic. Akubo bends it back out in front of Lukovic. He's running and he's challenging Kuta, who's got the last touch. Well, goal kick's the end result. Looks as though Spirit are going to make another change. Harry Keys is standing by. That'll come at the next break and play. Gilmore. Eunice. Conestabo keeps it moving. Here goes Cornwell. Sweeping cross from deep. And he's going to get a corner for his trouble. Takumi Ifuka's presence was enough to force Moana Malo into running in front of the ball, and that deflected it out. So here comes the change. And it's actually going to be Charlie Broomhead coming on. And he is going to replace Takumi Ifuka. And yes, we will also see Harry Keys come on. And that will be for Michael Conestabo. So Conestabo takes his leave. And Takumi Ifuka, who got the scoring started with an excellently taken team goal. He has 3 goals in 3 games to start the new campaign. And what a beginning to the season this is proving to be for Spirit. They have a corner. Can they ice the cake here late in the afternoon? Perez, outswinger over the head of Eunice, headed by Simmons, and now Jordan tumbling on. Caught. Up against Perez. Gilmore round the corner. Lukovic, quick head check of what was on. And that's going to be keeper's ball. Keeping an eye on the fourth official here to see how many minutes of stoppage. It's simply a matter of cosmetic repair to the scoreboard now for APIA, because there's only going to be 3 additional minutes beyond the 90 for them here today, and they find themselves down by 3 goals. They had scored 9 in their first 2 games coming into today. 3 against Wollongong, 6 against the Central Coast. Caspers, Simmons, Jordan, Farinella, Moata Marlowe. It's a cross shot, and it's neither in the end. Couldn't bring Ortiz into play and ultimately left it off target. And thus, Chris Marks able to watch it bounce out for a goal kick, and that will prompt the fourth official to raise the board and signal 3 minutes to go in this one. Northwest Sydney Spirit are going to be the only perfect team in NPL Men's New South Wales after 3 rounds. 9 points from 9, pursued by Sutherland and Marconi on 7 apiece. And then already a bit of a gap, because Wollongong on 5, and then a host of teams on 4. St George City, Spirit's next opponent, coming up on Saturday next weekend. Manly, APIA, Rockdale, Sydney Olympic, Wanderers, Mount Druitt and Blacktown City, assuming they do hold on to beat the Central Coast this afternoon. So they've already gapped a significant number of teams. It's rare to see that after only 3 rounds of the season, but a number of draws across the league has done that. And the value of a win is evident here for Spirit today. Broomhead.
Oh, Charlie, class, mate.
And can't complete the pass to Perez.
Charlie, go! Go, Charlie, go, Charlie!
1 of 3 additional minutes tick by. Kambayashi. Caspers. Long, hopeful ball. Simmons is not going to be able to retrieve it. Where to from here for APIA? They go away to Landon Stadium to take on Blacktown City next weekend. They can compare notes about what it was like to be beaten at home by Spirit. And that game is going to take on really significant proportions, given that both teams will be coming in on 1 win, 1 draw and 1 loss, assuming Blacktown do close out their game, which is running about kicked off 15 minutes after this one. So by all means, stay on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel and go and check out the end of that one as it reaches its conclusion. I've got the goal alerts on to keep me posted. Caspers. Ball through here. Jordan goes to ground under the challenge of Pachevsky and not even half-hearted appeals. Long ball here. Uwakubo hasn't given up on scoring again. The follow-up is on here. Through comes Harry Keys. Out to Uwakubo. They need to take it to the corner with a 3-0 lead. Simmons. Kuda. And he switches over to Kambayashi. 30 seconds of the initial 3 minutes of stoppage remaining. Kambayashi gave the crowd something to enjoy there with a bit of skill. Caught. Can they finish this with a goal? Ortiz, good save. Chris Marks sharply down and made a right-handed save to keep the clean sheet intact. Will that be the final say in proceedings? Simmons. Stoppage time about to expire. Farinella. Can APIA at least leave with a goal? Kuda. Caspers. Caught. And he didn't catch it the way he might have hoped. And the full-time whistle goes at Lambert Park. Northwest Sydney Spirit win at APIA for the first time since getting promoted to NPL Men's New South Wales, and they preserve their record as the only perfect team in the division after 3 rounds. 3 wins from 3. And today's scoreline means that they have now scored 9 goals without reply ever since they were 2-1 down to Sydney FC in round 1. They are the form team. They are scoring some great goals, and today it was Takumi Ifuka on the end of a team move that opened the scoring. Corey Kavanagh's header that came at some personal cost. He had to be subbed out injured in the act of scoring that goal to make it 2-0. And then when Uakubo headed in to make it 3-0 in just the 51st minute, it did look as though there was only going to be one winner today. Chris Marks had to make some good saves as the second half went on to preserve his clean sheet. And ultimately, this Spirit team, who have scored 3, 4 and 3 in their first 3 games of the season, do look like the transformed outfit that David Perkovich was dreaming of bringing into the season. They are going to be the talk of NPL Men's New South Wales after this one, because they have come to Lambert Park and won 3-0 in very impressive fashion. On behalf of our broadcast partner Sportscast Australia, my name is Teo Pellizzeri. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Really good day's entertainment out at NPL Men's New South Wales. There's still one game going on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel, so jump over to Central Coast versus Blacktown City for the end of that game over there. But from us here at Lambert Park, it's good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.